Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Sick Podcast, Recruits Draftcast. Listen, Grant, we're completing the trifecta today. We had Lane on earlier. We had Rob. Now it's time for Cole. The 2024 draft-eligible defenseman will be joining us in just a few moments. I know you're dying to ask a few questions. So am I. So let's not waste any time. Let's get this thing started.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to the Sick Podcast. Recruits Draftcast.
With our first pick in the 2022 NHL Draft, les Canadiens de Montréal sont fiers de repêcher from the Slovakian national team and TPS Turku, Juraj Slafkovsky.
The sickest NHL draft and scouting podcast. It's gonna be sick.
That's right, producer Shayne here, joined by, as always, by my fantastic co-host Grant McCagg. How are you today?
Hey, pumped. How about you?
I am also pumped. But let's pump the brakes for just a second because we got to talk about our wonderful sponsor, Insta Customs. Insta Customs are proud supporters of Recruits and the Sick Podcast, Recruits Draftcast. The highest rated apparel print shop in Canada at 4.9 Google stars, specializing in direct-to-garment printing and embroidery. Located just minutes away from the Bell Center on Rue Stanley in Montreal. Please visit their website at instacustoms.com if you want to look as fresh as we do. And speaking of, we got our guest. We announced him already, all right? But he's got a special little surprise for us. So let's bring him in. Mr. Cole Hutson with the Recruits hat. How about that?
Looking good.
I know Grant is very, very grateful for the gesture, but how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being here. We know that this is a hectic time for you, right? The month of June is going to be pretty crazy, life-changing, if you will. And fun fact for anybody watching, the draft falls on your birthday, right? June 28th.
It does,
so,
yeah.
Not a bad present. That's pretty cool there. Grant, why don't you get us started? I know you've got a lineup of questions here.
Nice factoid there. You did some digging. Well done.
Come on now, we got a big guest here. We got to prepare.
No, I didn't even clue into that one. Good one. Okay. Yeah. yeah. He didn't get a mug, so I sent some gear down to all the Hutsons. So tell him I want a group photo with the all wearing the hats and shirts. Okay.
We'll get
please.
You one. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it.
Please. Yeah.
So you're on your deck in Chicago, are you? Family home in Chicago?
I am, yeah, chilling right by the pool, so it's pretty
nice. Yeah. So does the pool freeze in winter and you play hockey on it, or what? Not cold enough, eh?
No, back in the day, my dad he'd build us an outdoor rink. We gotta, if we have a pretty big property here, so he would do that every winter, and I guess that's kind of what made us us.
Right on. So how did you how old were you when you first started skating?
Like 2.5, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, like your first baby booties, did they have like blades on them? Quite a hockey family you got there.
Yeah.
You didn't have any choice, eh?
No, none at all.
Who would you say would have been influenced you the most to be a hockey player?
That's it. Dad? Probably my older brothers. I feel like growing up, I always wanted to be like them and do whatever they did, and I guess this is where it's taken me so far.
Yeah. Left defenseman, offensive. There, I can name one that I can think of off the top of my head. Did you ever play forward, or has it been defense all along for you?
When I was like 5 or 6 growing up, I played everywhere, like center, left wing, right wing, anywhere. Just had fun with the game. And then when I was like 8 or 9, I had to lock in a position, and my dad thought I'd be best on D.
No goalie, okay.
No Definitely
goalie. No, good call.
So when you guys played like on the outdoor rink or street hockey, who who'd end up in nets? Lars or?
I would sometimes, but
oh, you would. Okay.
Yeah. That's the reason why I'm not a goalie.
There you go. Yeah. Well, your dad's probably glad that none of you decided to be goalies. So the cost of goalie equipment these days.
Yeah, it's insane.
It is. It is. Did you grow up a Hawks fan like Lane, or?
I mean, yes and no. I always liked the Bruins growing up. My favorite player is David Pastrnak. So when he got drafted and he was tearing it up his rookie year, I always loved watching him. But obviously, it's hard not to love the Hawks when you grow up here. And they had their cup run from 2010 to 2015. That's pretty crazy what Kane, Sharp, and all them did.
Yeah. Funny that the two of you, both your favorite players are forwards, right? Both you and Lane.
Yeah.
You know, did you have a big poster like Lane did of? Did you have one of pasta?
No, definitely not.
Is pasta your favorite meal because of him or what?
He's a good pre-game meal, but that's about it.
Okay. What is your favorite meal?
I don't know. I'd probably say maybe pizza or something.
Yeah.
I like chicken parm a lot too. But yeah,
that's my favorite. That's my favorite right there. So good show. Now, your dad bought an arena a few years back. Is that?
Yeah, he did. I don't know how long ago. It was maybe 6 or 7 years now.
Okay.
It might have been 11 or 10 when he bought it, and he renovated the whole thing, and ever since then we've been skating there pretty much every day. We've been home in Chicago, so yeah, it's been a blessing.
Wow. So when's the latest you ever played there? Like 3 a.m. or when's? Hey?
I mean, last night we were there till 9:30. We got on the ice. We skated twice yesterday. We skated at 3 o'clock, and then me, Lane, and Lars went back out and skated at 8:30 to 9:30.
Oh wow, yeah.
Jeez.
So what's the most hours you spent on there in a day?
Oh, I don't even know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely wasn't healthy, but way too long.
Yeah.
Now, your mom have a PA wired to the house to tell you boys to get home for supper or anything like that, or what?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't really care that much.
No way. She's like resigned to the fact that it's hockey.
All hockey.
24/7.
She loves it too, though.
Well, she'd have to. That's Lane was saying on an earlier podcast. I don't know if you watched it or not, but said that you were the serious one. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try to make you laugh anyway. Getting a couple smiles out of you.
Yeah.
Which of the brothers is the funniest? Would you say?
Oh, I got to be up there for sure.
Serious and funny.
I'd say Lane, but you got to know him a little bit to get his jokes a little bit. He's probably the funniest, I'd say.
Yeah. What, like dad jokes type thing or what?
No, definitely not dad jokes. Little kid jokes, if anything.
Very niche.
Which he is the toughest?
I don't know. I think we're all pretty tough. I mean, it's hard to pick myself twice in a row, but I think I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
There we go. I love that.
You were at speaking of tough. I take it you were with mom and dad at the World Juniors, or did you not get to go over?
No, I wasn't able to make that.
Okay, too bad. But you must have watched the game.
I did, yeah.
What do you think when Lane dropped the gloves there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he connected on very many, but he did well. Guy did twice his size.
Yeah. He got the takedown. He got the takedown at least, right? He can can say that. Yeah.
So we'll get back to there. I was seeing if I could try to set up where I got all three of you guys on, and you had cards and ask you a bunch of questions and say who's the toughest, who's the funniest, blah blah blah. But we couldn't get it arranged. But hey, we're just happy that you could come on. Who would you say is the most studious?
I'd probably say Quinn.
Okay. You were going to say yourself again, but you said no. I better
definitely not me. No.
Best singer.
None of us. We're all horrible.
Cool. Who has the best shot?
Quinn. I mean, power wise, I'd say Quinn definitely. He can rip the puck and his placement's well. And I think a variety of shots, I'd say Lane. He can change the angle pretty well and throw a goalie off of where he's placing it.
Right on. Yeah. It was revealed to me from your dad that Quinn got an invite to Toronto Maple Leafs development camp.
Yeah.
What did Lane think of that?
I mean, he doesn't really care. Obviously, he's super happy for him and
Sure.
It, but yeah, I think that rivalry, I don't think it's quite sit in for Lane yet. So he's gonna have to figure something out and start hating the Maple Leafs a bit more.
You got a couple of questions, I'm sure. There, I'll let you chime in.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Lane, I mean, you know, for the casual viewers, you know, you don't know that it's Cole, and you might think it's Lane. Like your games are very similar in a good way, but I want to get your take. Like, where do you think you guys differ? Is there certain aspects that you guys are just different, or it's mostly similar?
Yeah, I think obviously there's a lot similar, a lot different, but I think personally, I'm a bit bigger, obviously, so I can play a bit more physical than him. I think I'm a more physical version of him. I feel like he's a bit higher pace than me. I'm more smooth skating, and he's high tempo, shifty, this and that. And yeah, I think, like I said, smooth skating's the difference, and more controlled. And he's obviously a lot better than I am, but I think I got a lot to work on, and I can get to him.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's what the old man says, but yeah, well, hey, keep working at her. What the combine's coming up. You've been what you've been working on this summer?
I'm actually not participating in any of the testing there, so
no,
I just came off an injury and I'm still rehabbing it a little bit, so
okay,
it's kind of pointless to do the testing and risk more injury to it, so I just opted out of all of that, but I'm gonna go for the meetings and stuff.
Have you had a lot of interviews already with teams?
Fair amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lane kind of tutored you a little bit on what to expect and all that?
No, not quite. No, he really didn't give me any advice. He's just let me learn on my own.
You got to pick out an animal. That's the first thing you got to pick out an animal.
I did hear about that though.
Yeah. So what kind of animal? Okay, we'll give you a pre-test here. Montreal is going to ask you what kind of animal and why.
Yeah. Put me on the spot here.
Well, giving you some prep work here.
I'd say maybe a golden retriever off the ice, and I'll just say an eagle on the ice.
Okay.
Going to BU saying eagle. I don't know about that. That could be treachery. That's a good one though. That is a good one.
Should have said terrier. Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll go terrier then.
There we go. Yeah. Hear that, coach? All right.
You'll also be asked if there's any NHL players you maybe pattern your game after, or I'd like to use as a comparison. Who would that be for you?
Yeah, I'd say Adam Fox. I'd say Adam Fox and a little bit Quinn Hughes at the same time.
Okay. You know that Lane's an NHL player now too, eh?
Yeah.
Right. You must get. Did you get a little tired of the comparisons and all that stuff, or are you used to it?
I'm used to it now. It kind of gets old a little bit, but I mean, when you're getting compared to him, you can't be mad about that.
Well, were you? I take it you were at the 2022 NHL draft.
It was, yeah.
Okay. You heard that intro? That bring back a couple memories for you?
No, I don't remember it at all.
No way.
No.
Yuri Slavkovsky going first overall. Were you there for the?
I was, yeah.
Okay. Quite a buzz in the building.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah. As far as Lane not getting picked in the first day, was there some expectation that might be the case?
I mean, yeah, obviously you can go anywhere in the draft. It really doesn't matter where you go in the draft because you still got to prove yourself at the next level. So definitely didn't kill him that he didn't go in the first round. If anything, I think it helped him a little bit, pushed him harder than it ever has, and yeah, I think the spot he went in the draft was the best fit for him. I remember seeing guys before the draft even happened on the street. They had pictures of Lane's face on their shirts. So that's kind of when that's your first reputation of the city. It's you hope you go there.
Yeah. Oh, the Montreal fans were quite.
Colt, were you there when he played his first game in Montreal? You didn't make the trip.
I was not. No.
No, all right, but
okay. I was in Detroit though.
I'm sure Lane and your dad kind of told you the atmosphere there because I was there and I told Rob I haven't seen anything like that before. A second game in the NHL, people on their feet for this guy. It's spectacular, spectacular. But back to your draft now. Your draft is pretty special because it's the last one where all the teams are there, right? The last centralized draft. So a bittersweet feeling, but I get you get to take part in that, and it's at the Sphere in Las Vegas. I mean, have you been to Vegas? Have you been in the Sphere yet?
Yeah, I've been to Vegas. We went on vacation a few years ago, and we stopped by in Vegas, saw a hockey game, and no, I haven't been in the Sphere, but I've seen pictures of it, and it looks pretty cool.
That's gonna be special right there. I mean, how many people are making the trip to see you?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Probably like 10, 15.
Yeah,
that's a good group.
Maybe. Yeah.
Jeez.
It's not beyond the realm of possibility that San Jose takes Celebrini, Yzerman, you, and Jack Pridham. Now, Mike Greer's a BU alum, which I'm sure you know. How cool would that be if it was a sweep of BU guys?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I feel like. I mean, you're developing with the players you can play with in the future. I think it doesn't get better than that, but I think the odds of that happening are very slim.
Yeah.
Have you been following the draft rankings at all this year? Now, don't lie.
No, I haven't. A little bit. I could care less what it says or what happens in the draft.
That's good.
Well, that's great because I've said the same thing to kids for years. It's not where you're drafted, it's what you do after you're drafted. And I think with Lane having gone through what he did, you're prepared for that, right? That you may not be a first round pick, even though I think you deserve to be.
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. I think from the NHL guys I talk to, scouts, if you don't go towards the end of the first round, it'll be sometime in the second. So I think it'd be pretty cool if San Jose took you, and I wouldn't. They could use if you're there, the first pick of the second day, I say San Jose. Would you? Do you know the way to San Jose or what?
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Yeah. Cool. And hey, congratulations on being named the best defenseman at the U18s. A little bittersweet, I guess, because that gold medal game there. It looked like you guys were in control, and then obviously the major penalty at the end. Just give me a bit of your feelings on that game.
Yeah, obviously you work 2 years just for that game, and the way it ended, obviously no one wants it to end that way. It was a close game the whole time. Obviously, we got unfortunate with the penalty, and that kind of cost us the game a little bit. But I think we obviously could have been a bit better on the kill and not let as many in, but yeah, it sucks to end that way.
Your dad was saying that Trevor Connolly lived with you guys for a while?
Yeah, he came and stayed at my house a few summers ago and stayed for like 2 weeks, trained with us, and yeah, he's a great kid. I don't think some people don't think that way about him, but I love him. He's a great kid, and I think what he's gone through, no one should go through, and yeah, he's been super great to me and my family.
There we go.
Did you? I guess you had to console him maybe a bit after the game. You must have been a bit devastated by how it turned out.
Yeah, obviously he was super unhappy with what happened, and he felt horrible about it. And yeah, I mean, I think that's only going to make him a better hockey player.
Yeah, for sure.
Man,
now,
Grant, that U.S. team was insane. Like, Grant and I, before the tournament, we were talking about this. It's going to be hard to beat you guys, right? And it was. You dominated throughout the tournament. But overall, right, your experience in Finland at the U18s, how could you sum it up? Like, what did you take from that? How did you appreciate it?
Yeah, it was unreal. I think the team we had there was one of a kind, and obviously unfortunate it ended that way. And I think, yeah, I mean, getting the chance to play against all the best players in the world and comparing yourselves to the other countries and seeing what can happen in the future for World Juniors, Men's Worlds, if you're lucky enough to make that team. I mean, just getting a head start on them and seeing how they play is always special.
Yeah.
Is that's not a razor or somebody's coming to cut those wings on your hair, is it? That must be an airplane going by.
It's a helicopter, yeah.
Helicopter, okay.
Yeah.
You are going to get a little trim before the draft, I hear?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, not that you have to or anything, but might be the difference.
I vote for the lettuce. I vote for the lettuce.
Might be the difference between going 33 and 32.
Oh.
Now, Eisenman switched schools halfway through the year here now. He'll be joining you at BU. Was there a little friendly prodding going on from you during the year or what?
I mean, not really. I was kind of clueless about it, to be honest. He did a good job keeping it kind of secret, but as soon as I found out that it was an option, I kind of pushed on him a little bit.
Yeah. I imagine you set him up for a couple of his many goals over the last couple of years.
Yeah, I tried to.
Yeah. Well, you know where he is. That friggin' the right face-off dot. Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Automatic.
Yeah, yeah. He's got a heck of a shot. Who would you say on the team? You'll probably be asked this question by teams because they like to ask you about teammates, and obviously the U.S. development team has more draft prospects than any other team. Who would you say? You say you don't follow the draft rankings, so maybe you don't know who's rated where, but who would you think would be the most underrated player on that team?
I'd probably say Brody Zemer, our captain. Okay. I think I don't think he gets enough love than what he did for our team. Obviously, he was an unbelievable captain, and he's a hell of a player too.
Yeah. Well, I hear leadership, character, coaches love him, all that stuff. So certainly when you talk to the coaches and that, they say the same thing. Zemer's the guy that's underrated because he's maybe a little like not the greatest skater in the world, not the biggest guy, but he's
heart.
Yeah.
The heart is there.
Good answer. So what's your measurements going to be at the combine when they put you on the scale and get out the tape measure?
I'll probably be like a few centimeters under 5'11", and I'll probably be around 170.
Okay. So you're like 5'10" and a half almost?
Yeah, a bit over that, yeah.
Oh, are you? Okay. So like a full inch on your brother.
Yeah, just about.
Okay.
Very nice.
There you go. And by the way, your description is exactly what I've been saying. You're a little bigger, a little more physical defensively, so at the same age and stuff. So, and he's the jitterbug back there, right? And you're, like you say, you're a little smoother with your skating. So I like your description. You'd be a good, just like Lane. Make a good scout if hockey doesn't work out for you. There, give me a shout. We'll get you on the staff.
I don't think it's going to go that way, Grant. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be fine.
I have a feeling, yeah. Now, go ahead there.
Well,
have a couple more.
Staying on the U18s there. I mean, the star basically of the entire tournament was James Higgins. He's not even draft eligible this year, and this guy just dominated. So, what can you say about playing with a player like that? And what can NHL teams expect going into next year's draft?
Yeah, he's an unbelievable player, and he's an unreal teammate also. Obviously, what he did at U18 Worlds was pretty insane. Obviously, historic. He smashed a few records there, and he definitely earned it. He's a hell of a player, and whoever gets him next year in the draft definitely could be happy.
That's it. I mean, on the flip side now, you got a chance to play against the guy in 2026, Gavin McKenna on Team Canada, who hat trick and the gold medal and all that. So I know you might not know him on a personal standpoint, but playing against him on the ice, just how crazy was that?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. I don't really know him too well, and we knew going into the game he's a difference maker, and obviously a hat trick in the gold medal game. It's not easy to do. Everyone's at their best, playing their best, and whoever gets him in the draft also can't be happier.
No, that's it.
Well, I know you. Big weekend coming up for you next weekend. All those interviews, and we won't take any more of your time. We truly appreciate you coming on and joining us, sir, and making it the trifecta. We'll try to get Quinn on at some point there, maybe too, in the future, but only if he gets cut by the Leafs and he ends up with another organization. No, just kidding.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, that's it for us this week. A big thank you to Cole Hutson for taking the time out of his busy schedule to chat with us. And a huge thank you to you watching right now for helping us reach 2,000 subscribers. This is amazing, really. So thank you for that. Now, guys, the draft is this month. It's happening, right? So we strongly encourage you to subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell to get an alert every time we upload a new show. Also, you don't want to miss this. Go to recruits.ca to access the Recruits 2024 draft guide. All you have to do is click on the 2024 draft cover to subscribe. Because Grant is so nice, there's currently a pre-draft special with $5 off. So for $14.99, you can know all there is to know about this exciting draft class. Don't forget to tell us down in the comments which team you'd like to see draft Cole Hutson this month. And now for the Cavaleros back in master control and Grant McCagg, I'm producer Shayne. Until next time, take care.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast, Recruits Draftcast on YouTube, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.